Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Good Saturday evening to you all. Hope you guys are doing all right out there this evening and having yourselves a great weekend out there so far. I got you an update on what's going on with this system tonight into tomorrow with this upper level low that's bringing a lot of heavy precipitation tonight and has been throughout the day. I looked at the radar out of Mississippi a little bit earlier this afternoon and it just looked like a big old rain bomb was going off. I saw one or two reports of a little bit of sleet mixing in, but it looked like it was just mainly heavy rain in the 40s. So we'll see what that means a little bit downstream. But I can tell you right now, as I speak, there's a lot of sleet falling in areas of the North Carolina mountains. You're having a lot of reports of sleet, even some reports of snow in the higher elevations, and that's really just due to what we call evaporative cooling, which means even though you got temperatures in the 40s, maybe even the low 50s, your dew points in some of these areas are still in the teens to low 20s. So a wet bulb has to be met, basically where your dew points rise and then your temperatures drop. And wherever they meet, the temperature will stay right around that area until something else allows it to cool down, which is maybe another push of dry air, maybe some colder air aloft, whatever it is. And we're going to talk a little bit about that here in this video because a lot of people are hitting me up on Twitter, social media, and say, hey, Mitch, it's sleeting in the upstate of South Carolina. So we're going to talk about that, what's going on. This isn't going to be a very long video. We're not going to talk about the severe weather threat next week. We're going to dive really deep into that tomorrow, and then that'll be the dominant topic going forward all the way up until the event. But tonight, not a whole lot's changed from this morning's video. So we're just going to focus in on this storm. If you guys have not subscribed, consider doing that. Like the video if you like it. Appreciate the support, as always. And if you guys got anything that I can pray about or pray over, please put it in the comments below. So let's get rolling. Watches, warnings. Well, this is really just advisories and warnings. You still got winter storm warnings up for all the counties in pink. These are basically for the higher elevations. So places like Asheville, your county is under a winter storm warning, but not really expecting much accumulation in the immediate Asheville area. So you got to get on up. Maybe Waynesville could get a couple inches, Brevard maybe an inch. We'll see what happens. There's winter weather advisories pretty far north, up the spine of the Virginia and West Virginia mountains here, even 4 winter weather advisories in the far southeast counties of Kentucky. So we'll see what goes on to tonight, throughout tomorrow, and through tomorrow evening. And then after that, the storm will be on over. But we'll take a look at water vapor loop. And this is really starting to look kind of vigorous out here. So it looks like it's strengthening, and that's why you have such heavy rain. Where it's raining, it is pretty heavy. We've picked up about an inch of rain here in the last couple hours here in Columbia, South Carolina, and it is raining right now very heavily here at my house. So, chances are if you're in the Carolinas, it's starting to rain pretty good, especially South Carolina, areas of Georgia. The winds will begin to pick up. They already are in areas of Georgia, and they will in the areas of the Carolinas throughout the night. Look at this big spin right here. This is first of many storms that are going to plague our weather pattern next week. But anyways, not going to talk much on that. Let's see what's going on with the actual temperatures, and then we'll take a look at the radar. No, first, let's look at the radar. Let's look at that first. Okay, this is the radar out of the Greenville-Spartanburg area. So all rain down here near Columbia where I am, just good old miserable cold rain in the low to mid 40s. But if you go up here like, just west of Charlotte, you got some reports of some sleet falling. You zoom in here, some reports of some sleet just outside of Greenville and Spartanburg. You click this little icon, mixed rain and sleet. And there's even a report of just all snow in Hendersonville. So I don't know how legit that report is. I imagine it is. Let's hope nobody's playing with the ping report here. But there's a report of snow in the Maggie Valley area. Just this area right here is the Maggie Valley area. So you're reporting snow. I'd be interested. Let me know what you guys are seeing out there. I would love to know. And just a lot of sleet being reported in and around the Asheville area down in Hendersonville. So, there's a guy I believe that lives just south of Asheville. He showed me a video around the area, and it looked like it was sleeting so good it was coating the surfaces of their cars and stuff. So it's pretty interesting out here what's going on, and this is really due in fact that we'll zoom out here. There's still an area of dry air right into here. So right down here you got dew points probably in the 40s. Dew points are probably still in the 20s and teens in these areas. So this is allowing for what we call evaporative cooling. So the temperatures can drop right as the dew points rise, and wherever they meet, that is where your wet bulb is met. If you hear any loud noises in the background, it's my little girls making their Valentine's cards for their friends for school Monday. But anyways, like I said, you got to report. These are actual temperatures right now. You got a report of sleet around the Gastonia, North Carolina, Gastonia area, North Carolina. A report of sleet in the 50s. It's pretty wild to see. You got reports of sleet in the 40s in the upstate of South Carolina. And I mean, even around the Asheville area, it's in the 40s and it's sleeting. It's not just sleeting, it's sleeting pretty heavily in certain areas. And this is because of, check out these dew points. Okay, dew points are like in the 20s. And even in the some 20s into the upstate of South Carolina, so you even got some teens showing up. So this is allowing the temperature to drop. So the temperature is probably rapidly dropping, but at the same time, the temperature's dropping, but the dew points are rising. They're going to meet somewhere, and that somewhere is probably somewhere in the mid to upper 30s. And then the temperatures will just probably sit around that range for a while until this pocket of cold air aloft moves through. But certainly seeing a lot of sleet out here this morning. This evening. So we'll continue to go through the radar. We'll go through just the next 18 hours. And I really think overnight tonight, unless you're in the higher elevations, I think you'll get snow. Like I'm talking about 3,500, 4,000 feet up in the air and higher. I think those areas will see snow. But if you're in the valleys, just that mid area of the mountains, that mid elevation area, like 2,000, 3,000 feet up in the air, I think you'll mix with a lot of sleet overnight, and maybe even mix with some snow at times, and then just a lot of rain too. We'll continue this. Just still rounds of rain overnight for South Carolina, North Carolina, Raleigh, the Charlotte, all rain, Hickory rain. But there's going to be one last push that comes through. We're waking up tomorrow morning. Check out this little blue showing up right near Huntsville, Alabama, the Cumberland Plateau right into here. Can we mix with some snow? That's that little that little wild card area that I've been talking about as this upper level low energy pulls through. And it will continue. And I think this is when you can mix with a little bit of snow. Elevation driven in these southern sections of the Cumberland Plateau. They're a little bit higher up. Northeast Alabama, you could potentially mix with a little bit of snow tomorrow morning. And then look at the blue showing up in the higher elevations of the Blue Ridge of northern. I can't talk this evening. The higher elevations of North Georgia could mix with snow as this last little bit of precipitation moves through. And I honestly think this is when you'll get your burst of snow for the lower elevations in the mountains of North Carolina. Right as we're getting into tomorrow morning until about mid-morning, this last little push of moisture right here will probably be some heavier snow. And if I go back and look at the 18Z, which goes out further, shows the same kind of deal here. Last little push. Could mix with some snow right here in southeast Kentucky. Certainly this could be snow in the higher elevations of Virginia right into here. And we'll see what happens. But as we're pulling out right when the Super Bowl's on TV, you could have one last little burst of snow for those higher elevations of Virginia and West Virginia. And we'll see how north this gets. And that's why you have winter weather advisories up for these areas right into here. So the latest forecast as far as how much snow could fall, like I said, you got to squint your eyes to look at it because it's not widespread. But the higher elevations, going to get some heavier snow. Near the Mount Mitchell area, I wouldn't be surprised if Mount Mitchell got over a foot of snow. Boone, Banner Elk, Beach Mountain area, a few inches of snow, certainly likely. And then, the Smokies will probably get hit by some heavy, wet snow. We'll see how much they can get. But, yeah, guys, this is going to be a weird event. Do we, at some point, get a surprise? I think it's possible. I'll continue to say it. I really think that if I pull, let's see if I can get my little epic pin going here. See if we can open its eyes. And I really think the Cumberland Plateau is somewhere in here, right? So I really think somewhere in this little area right into here, which is outside the main mountains, except, this is Georgia. Those are mountains in Georgia. But right in this area, as this upper level low pulls through, a pocket of cold air aloft in that area certainly shows up. And, so we'll certainly watch that storm. We'll watch that section of the storm and see what happens here. Not sure what is going to happen, but we will certainly watch it. I'll be interested to see how this unfolds. I had to make another mark here because I realized what I was drawing. Already got already got accused of, not accused, it was all fun and games when I was showing the water vapor loop a couple videos ago. They said it looked like I was drawing boobies on the screen. So don't want to accidentally draw any naughty pictures for you guys. It's certainly not intentional. But that's all I got, guys. Y'all have a great night out there. Sorry for the sloppiness of the video. I definitely had to watch my little girls all day, so a little exhausted, but it was a fun day just watching them and things like that. But you guys have a great night. Love you all. Appreciate y'all, and I'll be with y'all in the morning.